Hopefully you can hear me okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna take this out. It's my Bluetooth thing, you guys. I don't normally do my readings with it on, so okay. Hopefully that is working as it's supposed to. I'll turn the, yeah, it looks like it's off there. Okay. And I also brought my little my little tree up here. You can see I have it kind of decorated. I can't really turn it very much just because this desk. I mean, I'll try. But there's also a very, very short cord um, with this. You can see it has one of my New Orleans masks on it that you can see here. I think I got that the first time I was down in New Orleans. Anyway, so, and if some of you know, you can also get, there's a lot of psychics down in New Orleans where you can get readings done. So, which I personally did on, I believe it was on Royal Street. There was somebody with a table set up that I got a little reading done there from a nice young man. I think he was younger than me. I'll say it that way anyway. But he kind of gave me a Lenormand version reading. Um, yeah, I just do the regular Rider Waite interpretations. However, some days I use different decks. Like today, I have the Grateful Dead deck out here, and I have my kind of my Janice inspired shirt, the bird song, "Sleep in the Stars." So I've been talking a lot about your dreamscape and things of that nature. So, it's probably not going to be uncommon, especially now that we're entering this more, hibernation season, that we might be dreaming more because we might be sleeping more, we might be napping more. Sometimes if we just even look at what our pets are doing, like they don't want to go outside either, they or they're just happy to curl up in the ball. Maybe they change positions, but then they go back to sleep. It might just be like that. Okay. So do hit the like button on the way in if you have not yet subscribed to the channel. But if you are interested in subscribing, that is the 100% free way to do so. Otherwise, I do have a PayPal or a Cash App donation listed in my description if you would like to donate to the channel. However, the 100% free way to support the channel is to hit the like button or subscribe. Okay. What does this collective need to know today? All right, first card already popping out. It's going to tell us the World card. Yes, starting off strong. I feel like for a lot of you collective, you have like everything you need. You might be the type of person where it's like you're hard to shop for because you're just like maybe and maybe you're not somebody who requires a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's nice sometimes, but it's like, is it a requirement for you? Um, you know. Hmm. So the way you're writing your story may be a little bit surprising when people start seeing into your world and see that you are somebody who's very abundant in nature and able to kind of and able to write your own story. Your story is not dictated by other people, right? Oh my goodness. Scar wants to stick to the table. Seven of Wands. Yeah. Some of you may be very fastidious right now, finishing up end of the year projects, not only work projects, but, holiday shopping, holiday preparations. Maybe you have travel plans. A lot of people travel during the holidays, right? Um, telling the kids like, okay, make sure you have your Christmas outfit packed and your and your special shoes and your blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? So it's not the day of you're supposed to leave and nobody's done anything, right? Like you're you are the Santa Claus in that episode of making a list and checking it twice, right? Because you don't want to end up like that Home Alone, you know, where Kevin like gets left behind, right? And then the mom is on the plane, she's like, Kevin. uh, what? Catherine O'Hara. Is not she related to Maureen O'Hara? I think that's the story. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I did put a recommended movie out there called Cinderella Man, which is family friendly. For in case anyone has not seen it before, it is a family friendly movie. It happens to be about boxing, but it is a true story as well. So the magician coming through here. Some of you could be musical in nature. You could have some plans that when you're at these holiday gatherings, you know, maybe it's one of those things where you play an instrument, so, you know, your family likes it when you play like Christmas carols for them or something like that. And don't be gun shy, collective. It's you know, sometimes we're our own biggest critic, right? So whatever you're going to be doing, just keep it in the holiday spirit of giving and realize that people are going to be entertained. Okay. Yeah. It's, you know, right. You ever, you know, get done with something and you're, you know, critiquing yourself, blah, blah, and somebody would be like, I don't think anybody noticed that but you. You know what I mean? It's all you're, you know, when you're taking it from a trained judge's ear versus a casual listener's ear where, you know, the fun may have actually started for this project. So don't yeah, this and I feel like for some of you, collective, you've kind of accepted this about yourself too, and you're ready to fire a little cannon at anybody that doesn't like it. Like, boo hoo. Like, this is what I do for fun. If you don't like it, too bad. Go find your own hobby. You know? What? You know, it's. this don't tread on me here. Nothing that you're doing is criminal. You know, like, get a grip, right? You know, some of these people need to hammer it out on their own time, right? Instead of saying, oh, how are they doing this? How are they doing that? Well, maybe if you stop poking around other people's business so much, you'd have time to do something of your own. You ever think of that? You know what I mean? That's like this is just doesn't occur to some. This is how their brain operates, right? For whatever reason, okay, and we'll leave that at that because you know what I'm saying. It'll come out in the reading if it needs to come out, right? Yeah. Again, cry me a river. So, what else does this collective need to know? And the heart chakra here, please. Three of Cups. Yeah. You know, they say three's a crowd, but when you're, you know, around friends and family, it's celebratory, right? It doesn't always have to be like, ugh. You know, I feel like whoever this karmic person that wants to come through in this reading is, they just wanted you in a cage. And like 2 readings ago, I channeled the song Rusty Cage by Soundgarden, so you might want to listen to that if this is resonating with you. Is it's like they want you for their personal little dangle, right? They want you to put on their little Christmas tree when it's time to be Christmassy and for you to parade around, right? But, you know, what's behind the mask here? You know? They outlawed those elephant hook things in the circus, right? Because that's how they were, you know, training them, right? Looks great, but what's behind it? Who's poking behind that door? Right? You ever see the story behind the filming of Wizard of Oz, how they treated Judy Garland? Okay. Okay. And that's why you might be silent on this, Queen of Swords. Yeah, yeah, okay. So this person is thinking about happier times and they're imagining, because you were at their gatherings, right? They're imagining you now at new gatherings type thing. And now, they're trying to feel some sort of way about it, right? But yeah, they did not make your Christmas card list this year, is the long and short of that, okay? And there's no reason for you to, you know, feel any. Yeah, I think maybe with this full moon, like some of you have maybe long released some of that guilt, you know because it was just an illusion, right? The full moon reveals illusions, you know I'm not talking about normal frustrations and things. I'm talking about, it's like if if somebody says the wrong thing, then it's like the whole thing falls apart, right? Hmm. They can't pull off their charade any longer, right? Without somebody like you who's actually true. Hmm. Yeah, a true celebrant. Think about that. What that word means, a celebrant. Okay. Ooh, baby. Okay. Wow, lover's card. Yeah, this person could be wondering about your partnership. They could be in a partnership as well, also, which kind of makes the whole thing kind of weird, right? It's like, well, you know, sorry it's not working out with so and so. I mean, what do you want me to say? Like, that was their choice, right? Collective. Yeah, the judgment card here. So, you could be like, this could be somebody who you were literally divorced, like legally from. And you could be like, look, the judgment has spoken. Look at the paperwork. It's very clear. If you need to digress or whatever, you need to take it back to court because somebody stood up for you, collective, and thank God, because yeah, you have some paperwork to show for it. And it's like, well, if they want to go down that route, they can, but they're going to be facing something now, right? That bell has literally rung. Yeah, again, that's so ringing of the bell, like ringing at the boxing ring. And the other day I was thinking about Mike Tyson before one of the readings, and then I saw one of his products in a store. I'm not necessarily a supporter of Mike Tyson. I'm just telling you the signs that I'm seeing here and the synchronicities. And along with this theme here, some of you, collective, may have been in that 15th round, in that 12th round, right? And you're like, Jesus freaking Christ, what the hell? Am I just going to be down to my last tooth here? Is that how it? And but now it's like you don't have to fight anymore, right? Because you have that backing behind you. Something has come up, and you can actually say, well, if you look at the facts, they pretty much speak for themselves. So again, this person was going to have to do something. If they want to try and upset your apple cart, I guess is what I want to say, under more of their false pretenses. Yeah. um yeah, anyway. That was kind of weird. It's it's that full moon stuff, so some of you could just be finding this stuff out too, collective, and just think of it as, that's just one less person on the Christmas list. I had a breakup around a holiday once. Well, it should have been a breakup. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there were some non-negotiables there that were broken. And, you know, obviously I learned from that. But, yeah, sometimes the signs are very clear, right? It's like save yourself the money, the stress. Um, yeah, maybe you might feel upset about it. Maybe you feel like laying down in this little boat and not rowing anymore, but then one day you're going to get up and you're going to say, "Oh my gosh, look at what I've accomplished now," right? And that was coming through too as well, and especially like part of the COVID message, like those people that like definitely like took advantage of that time, like that maybe you had off of work, recalibrating and saying, whatever's been done, hasn't stopped me from going where I need to go, right? And for a lot of you, it just meant that you dug deeper, right? You switched it into a different gear here, okay? And again, it's like not only like 3D force, but it's like spiritual forces now, because this is like the north, south, east, west type stuff. Like it's like, yeah, the wind is at your back, okay? It's Irish blessing season, okay? So if you just have a windy parade, right, then you're doing pretty good, right? And if you want your wind in your face, just turn around, turn the other 180 degrees. Right? Not only do we know what wind is, we're learning geometry over here, okay, folks? All right, now. Yeah, and this like the colors of the wind. This could be somebody could have native in their ancestry as well. Um, and that you may be somebody that connects with more of like a natural type, like great spirit type thing versus you know the white man religion. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so I'm just saying, don't. And here's the thing: is sometimes even some of the worst moments or people in our life, at times in our lives, we may hear a message that is of importance, right? Okay, so letting yourself know that you don't need to buy for that person anymore. Hey, let that be some good news, and you can invest that money into something that's gonna return the favor every now and then, right? Hmm. Anyway, so in the third eye, please. Yeah. They wanted you to be bound to them, only them. They wanted to be in control. No, 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 not going to happen. Me, I'm the only one who can solve this mystery. Right? The old innkeeper? What? Well, kids, the old innkeeper didn't have to have enough money to pay the city his taxes, so he wanted to scare away the new kids from buying up the joint, see? Scoobs, are you ready? I know, it's so hard to figure out, isn't it? Even a child's cartoon can tell you. And these people be surprised when you know stuff. They'll be like, "Oh, they pulled cards on me." It's like, no, you just tell on yourself everywhere you friggin' go. Jesus, Lord have mercy. And then they have the gall and be like, "Yeah, what can you? Yeah, I'll get you in this contract. It'll be so great for them." you know. You ever hear like, "Oh, are they asking about me? Or they blah blah?" Like, did they? Okay, so they want to know if you're thinking about them. Do they even care if you're okay? No, they wanted you bound to them, in dire straits, man. Yeah, Juliet. Uh-huh. I mean, do you want the fate of Romeo and Juliet, the star? Oh, it's so romantic. Yeah, they're star-crossed, and they, yeah, okay, all right. And part of it is other people getting in their business. For somebody here that's watching this reading, this is about a prearranged marriage. This is about somebody that they had picked out for somebody that's going to watch this reading. That's exactly what this is about. Yep. And it could have been tied to inheritance money too. Well, if you do this, then you'll get this, right? What was that movie? It was like a movie about that. Wasn't that called The Bachelor? It had that Chris guy in it or something. Like a 90s, late 90s, early 2000s something. I'll have to look that up. And it's like in the movie, the premises of the movie is like he finds out about this inheritance and he has like 24 hours or 72 hours to find somebody to marry him so that he can get it. And what they were expecting was this all to be like a holiday, wheel it out for everybody to show how happy our family is. Then next year we can send out the Christmas cards, right? Right, folks? These people will stop at nothing to ruin someone else's life just for their own what? Glory of some kind of legacy that they're trying to leave? A legacy of what? Control? Wow. Here I thought we were living in America. Yeah, that's right. The good old US of A, where we have, autonomy over our own decisions and freedom and rights. Yeah. I mean, Lord have mercy, you'd think I'm channeling for somebody over in India talking about prearranged marriages like it's some goddamn caste system or some bullshit. No, this is somebody in the US what this reading is. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to watch it. I know they are. They're probably watching it right now, dropping their freaking jaw on the ground. Anyway. Yeah. We're so progressive, aren't we? Ooh. And that's why it's called El Diablo card, y'all, because that's the kind of vibes, man. It's like these people want to treat you like you're 15 again, right? No, you can't go out. No, you can't do this. No, like blah blah blah. And here the whole time, like maybe you've been working part time, you're getting straight A's, like you ain't doing nothing wrong. And it's like, no, wait a second. That's not how this is supposed to work. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is I am hot on the money with this one. I don't know who this is for, but I'm really enjoying this reading right now. I'm going to tell you that. Mm-hmm. You want to play tricks. Sometimes you're going to get tricked. Okay? What they keep on saying on all these YouTube videos, FAFO. It's that season, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you might want to ask somebody about a snapping turtle or read about it before you go picking it up and handling it. Huh? Okay. Tick tock. Oh, wow. And here you are, 9 of Cups, seeing it all fall down like little toy soldiers. Little, naive, petty, childish people who thought that this was all a game. And they're going to find out what games really are in real life while you're not going to be concerned about it. You're going to be fine. Yeah. Yeah, it's like that meme when you have, and it's like how I feel knowing blah 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 is talking about me or blah blah, and they're like peacefully resting asleep. It's like that. It's going to be accurate. Like, oh, take a number, right? It's like maybe yeah. It's like I've never been compared to the Department of Motor Vehicles, but I understand what you're saying. Right? Like it's going to be a process. And some people they just aren't going to meet the criteria, right? And collective, you didn't make those rules. These people are acting like you made up all these rules. No. No, that's not, again, it's not how it works. Thank you. Hello, everyone in the chat today. Thank you for being polite to each other in the chat. It is much appreciated. Let's spin out some romance angels here because some of this karmic stuff, you know how they'll just go on forever and ever and ever. I mean, eventually they'll burn themselves out, right? And that's again the thing. It's like just think if they put a whiff of the energy, that they put into being against what you're doing. I mean, what they could do for themselves. Yeah, dream the impossible dream, right? Dream the impossible dream, right? Okay. Yeah, go forth and prosper. Whereas collective, I feel like you were more in the weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Like you kind of like how to roll. What I mean when you fall down, like in the movies when they roll, out of it, like instead of just like okay. Yeah, it's like your crash landing is very graceful, right? And you're like, thank you, winds. Kind winds blowing me where I needed to be. Mm-hmm. Somebody might be succeeding you in a kind of work position, some type of work environment where you are maybe no longer able to fill that specific need, whether it be volunteering, whether it be a paid gig, whether it be whatever it is. And yeah, whoever thought that you would forever be in their debt, that you could not do this without them. Anyway, past life relationship, you have known each other before. You may have somebody new in your energy collective. For a lot of you, obviously, whatever this past contract was a past life relationship, right? Where now where you're at, it's like you wouldn't even give it a second thought. You know what I mean? Where you may have been questioning, no longer you are. The needle The needle on the metronome has bounced back, so that now it's on the other side, and you picked up the ball and ran. Okay. Um, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. I feel like I was mentioning that somewhere here too. And, especially collective, if there's somebody who's like, oh, well, death do us part, and you're like, read the paperwork. It was signed. It was signed. And, it's a partnership, right? It's not supposed to be one-sided, right? And this like literal tower coming up is showing how one-sided that collaboration was. Okay. And some people thought you should hang around for these appearances. And sorry to say that they are, religious related. Okay, appearances. All right. So, yeah, again, so yeah, what was the part of the other story in the beginning? Somebody wanting like this inheritance, you know what I mean? So it's like yeah, it like, so this could involve a church as well, like especially if this inheritance is part of like where they're also gifting to a particular church or faction in the community. I'm not gonna say location, you guys. I'm getting it, but I'm not saying it because I'm gonna need more confirmation on that. So, and the thing is, collective. This is a collective reading, so this could apply. But what I was, especially on this arranged thing here, this was in the Western Hemisphere. Okay, just letting you know. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Yeah. Part of this could be when you are doing something for your family, right? And maybe it's not, like performing, but maybe it's, maybe you're baking your special blah, 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 and bringing it, or, whatever it is, right? Everybody has their own unique talents and skills, right? Um, maybe you're the funny uncle that always shows up with new jokes, to entertain, and you kind of like give the parents a break from like monitoring their children, right? Okay. Yeah. So that's the kind of like joyous energy I feel like that you're going to be in. And again, somebody from your past is like, they think they're going to be able to like pull on your heartstrings somehow about this, but yeah, it's not happening. I just keep hearing like it's not, yeah, it's none of their concern. It's just not. Engagement. Oh my God, you guys, what was I talking about earlier? Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay, so part of the issue here, collective, maybe why I'm getting this message is especially if this person is feeling pressured, and this are prearranged thing, it's like this person actually feels differently, and it may be collective, and I'm not saying the toxic one who's not allowed, okay? I'm saying somebody who's free, okay? Technically, all right? They could be getting pressured to get with somebody that they're in like, a partnership with now to like kind of start sealing it up. But part of why this is coming out is because they would rather be doing that with you. All right, because they see your assuredness here. They admire that. That could be part of this past life relationship as well. Okay. I guess we're doing one more. Yeah, and I mean, this could even be this prearranged thing. Could be even be like, yeah. I mean, have you guys seen that movie, The Graduate? I mean, sometimes it's not even about being with that person so much as not being with whatever the other thing is, because it's like, well, yeah, and so I feel like collective for some of you, you might even be like wanting to elope with this person. So, if you're doing that, just be careful, whatever. Make sure you're all of age and everything. You know what I mean? Okay. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Yeah. So whoever this family partnership is, that's not what we're talking about. This is the other one, right? Yeah. So, and again, you're just like whatever, you know. Yeah, you're gonna tell this person to make their own appointments, basically. Yes, is how it's coming out. All right, I'm gonna get a few of the conversation cards here. See if we get any of these messages. All right. Um, mhm. Yeah, little green-eyed monster popping out. I feel like also for some of you, part of the reason this person's family wants them with this particular person is because they feel like you and like again, it's like some caste thing. Like there's some league that they think they're in and you're in and that just right. It's like okay. Yeah. Oh my God, what is that movie? And they're like, oh yeah, they're top drawer, right? Okay. I don't know what you want from me. Yeah, you could be asking that from this person, especially if they're like trying to get, if they're already with somebody else, and it's like, why are you dragging me into this, right? There's also that Pink Floyd song. I think it's called What Do You Want From Me, right? And that's part of the chorus. They keep repeating that because it's like, okay, what are they, why is this message showing up? Right? Or is this something collective where you need to place that boundary and say, um, again, we're not supposed to be communicating. Remember what the judge said. Things like that. Um, where it's like, if you want to be in my business, you're gonna have to go through the system because I'm not accepting that anymore. However it comes out. All right, so you could be saying that to this person as well, especially because this contract that you had with them is completely over, right? And at this point they kind of look silly standing there, thinking like that's not something that they're going to have to deal with, you know? Like, I just date around. Okay. So, this attraction here, this you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. This could be you collective. All right. You may be, yeah, you may be just enjoying the moment right now. Dating, yes, maybe if it turns into something, but you're not, that's not like your sole purpose in life, right? You are actually enjoying the moment and, maybe your hobbies and, the unbelievable possibilities that lie ahead of you, right? You're no longer seeing yourself defined, in the, dollhouse version of, your life that everyone else sees in their mind, right? That's, you're not their doll, you're not their plaything, right? Again, I'm hearing that My Little Pony song. I was like, yeah, My Little Pony spread her wings and flew away. You're directing the pony, right? Ride a pony. You ever hear that one? Ride a pony on a pony and ride the pony. Get on a pony and ride. Yes, I'm dating. What about us together? Okay, so not really sure who this is supposed to be collective. This could be somebody new that you're meeting as you are writing this new chapter. Somebody that you have met recently as well. Maybe you saw this person on a date with somebody, but like that's not a relationship they're in. Maybe they were just like, dating, right? Jealousy. Yeah. So I feel like collective, somebody possibly who's interested in you knows that you are dating around or has seen you with on dates and stuff, and they didn't know what to make of it. So some of that jealousy is coming through. And of course, if this is jealousy coming from somebody who's it's not supposed to be any of their business, again, you're just gonna have to be like, look, read the paperwork, sir or madam, right? You could be taking a little time away, especially like during, again, like going somewhere for the holidays or like right after the holidays, kind of decompressing after. Ooh, yeah, somebody wanting you to toe that line for them. Again, not wanting them, they don't want to stand there and look silly by themselves, is basically what it is. They want to be like, well, you were a part of it too. Well, yeah, but you done walked away how long ago? Okay? That's the thing. It's like, you know, um, some people they get out of the joint and they start doing different things with their lives. Some people get out of the joint and then 2 days later they're, trying to rob some freaking liquor store or something. It's like apparently you didn't learn too much, you know? So right? You're like, yeah, they're the one gonna be holding that bag, not you. Okay. And collective, for some of you, this could be stuff like that you didn't even know that this person was into or doing or whatever. Yeah, they could have been very, 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 very deceptive here. Okay. I pictured what a life with you would look like. Okay, so yeah, this engagement thing here is definitely coming through. Okay. Also collective, I feel like if this other person gets wind of this, it's like they're going to be like, well, what do you mean you're getting engaged? I thought, you know, it's like you thought what? Okay. So, but I mean, Christmas and New Year's are very, very popular times for people to get engaged. So, I mean, if somebody is watching this, there's definitely two stories here. There's definitely somebody who's gonna pull through and like go for this, right? There's somebody who may end up having kind of like a failure at this holiday kind of engagement or whatever. But collective, if that is, supposedly your person, right? It's like It's like when you watch the reading, it's like, why is my person always the one getting into all this crap, right? Yeah, and that's why you probably told this person, you're like, I don't, it's like, I don't think you're really my person because, yeah, you're not doing that neither, right? I feel like for a lot of you collective, it's like you stood up with your own judgment, right? Right at the beginning of the reading, I was talking about, how are critical of ourselves, sometimes our worst critics, right? A lot of you have forgiven yourselves, right? So you are not, right? You are not one to let other people badmouth you like like you're going to be some self-deprecating part of the joke. And if you're not, then you're just stuck up and you're like, no, I just don't talk to myself that way. If they want to, that's their problem. But, you've forgiven yourself for your shortcomings in the way that you don't have to do that anymore. Right? It's, and especially like the little humble brag, like, all that. Because that's just BS anyway. Everybody knows it. This is what I'm saying. It's all smoke and mirrors. It ain't fooling nobody. Fooling yourself if you don't believe it. Killing yourself if you don't believe it. Get back on your feet. You're the one they can't beat, and you know it. Let's see what you've got. Take your best shot and don't blow it. Oh, 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 oh. All right, there we go. Yeah, look at our little star seeds here. Yeah. Yeah, collective. I feel like for a lot of you, you're very much somebody who just kind of connects, um, more on a metaphysical level. Okay, um, it's you understand that there's things, it's like, what is that Beatles song? Within you and without you or something like that. But anyway, last card that came out, pray. Okay. So if there is any confusion, right, about any of these situations that you might be getting some clarification for in the reading, highly suggest you do this or meditate. Ask source, spirit, universe to help you understand, right, your direction and flow through these stages and these messages that you're receiving. Okay. So, I think I'm just gonna let it go there and, twinkle twinkle here. I hope you're enjoying some holiday spirit, right? Uh, it's like, yeah, tomorrow is a week from Christmas, you guys. Like, what? What? Talk about the end of the year. Holy cow. So, um, yeah, it's like the squealing breaks is what I'm hearing right now. So somebody could be definitely coming in hot. This engagement could definitely be a surprise. Somebody else may be surprised as well when their plans don't get hatched the way that they wanted them to. Okay. But collective, I feel like for you, you're gonna be feel very peaceful about it. You're gonna feel very relaxed. You're going to be getting that extra rest, taking care of yourself a little bit more, because you've put up those boundaries enabling you to do that, right? And you're not letting anybody come in and out thinking they can, take that apple cart and do something with it when they have no intention of buying any apples, nor the cart for that matter. So, you can tell the looky loos to go look somewhere else, right? It's just that simple. silence is golden. All right. Please do manifest wisely. Like or subscribe to the channel. Helps get those messages to you. And until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye-bye.